Today we are going to talk about my books and just a little part of the books, especially the books that literally changed my life. And before we get started, I was thinking to introduce what we will eat today. Today we will go gluten-free. It's all from Woolworths, and here we have a double choco biscuit. This one is mint cream. I just need to make some space here, so if I can get some of my books a little bit on the side here. They are so high pile here that they will probably fall down. Because I am trying to give you gold today. I mean, really good stuff. I mean, some videos. Yeah. Why don't we just start with this one here, and then we go slowly through all the books we have. I was thinking to talk about the book a little bit, read from the book a short passage, and then go into the second book. And I was thinking to start with this chocolate chip biscuits. Could start with a cup of tea, and then this is the poor tea. You know, the one that is good for weight loss. That went well. Normally I spill it. Well, I'm making improvement. Maybe it's all these positive books helping me. So. And what do we have here? Smells good. Guys, can you see that? I had an interesting morning. I needed to go and pick up some firewood because here in Australia now it's winter. And I went to my place here where I can get free firewood, and there was just having this kind of like really big clunks of firewood, so I just took it home. And then I took up my table, so I cut it up and I put a picture here. Not bad this one. It's maybe it's a bit dry. Yeah, well, you see that I'm surrounded with books. This is just a little portion of my books. And you may be thinking that, oh, you know, it's easy for him to read. Well, it wasn't always like that. I had really many struggles in my life, and one of the biggest one was learn to read. When I was a kid, I had severe dyslexia. I still have dyslexia. I mean, like, it's could make a whole video about one, but I actually learned to read when I was 11 years old. And that's pretty late. I just had very difficult to read, and I went to a school called Steiner School. They teach you to be an individual, like all my brothers went there too. So, and it's quite a free-thinking school. We made our own books, and we had music lesson and this kind of like spiritual growth. Reading was difficult for me, so in the end, at the 4th grade, my mom took me out from the school, placed me in a special school next to our home, and because they had special teachers from Sweden, that was really specialized in learning difficulties, and yeah, I went to that special school first, and then in the afternoon I went to my classes how to read. And I went to the 2 hours, I think at least 3 times a week. I went there and I had these special books. I mean, like books that you could say, ma, ma, pa, pa. And it gets more interesting because the teacher, I don't know until this day why it happened, but it was private lessons. We had the lesson in the kitchen. Like I'm sitting here, she's sitting next to me and she's teaching me. I'm like a 10-year-old kid, and she had wooden chairs, and she covered the wooden chairs with newspaper. Yeah. Yeah, the chair was like this, and she had put newspaper on top. So when I was sitting, I actually sat on the newspaper and not directly on the chair, and I don't know why. Maybe she thought I was coming from so poor home that that I would leave some infestation in her home, but nevertheless, she was a special teacher and hard work in school, special lesson, and also lesson at home, and yeah, and then eventually I learned to read. It's a true story. So from there then on it progressed, and the first English lessons I actually got when I emigrated here to Australia. What was I, like 26, 27? So where did I learn in English? Well, I was trying to read English from books and newspapers and of course TV. I watched a lot of programs like Dallas, J.R. Ewing, and Charlie's Angels, those kind of series, so I could hear the English. So, one of the important books I would like to show you is this one. Oops. English. Svenska English ordboken. So this is a word book. So sometimes I understand the word in Swedish, but the exact meaning in English can be a little bit vague. Let me just take out a section here. Gift, married, get married, be married, a married couple. Vad heter hon som? What's her married name? And yeah. This is good. Måtta. Moderation. Det ska vara måtta i allt. Everything in moderation. There is a limit. So, I had this book, for. I got the book the 30th of the 8th, 1996 from Finland, and it's good. This is a bit kind of brittle this one. These are good, but I think they're a little bit too dry for me. nice. The favorite cup. The next one. Double choco biscuits. I think this would be really good. Oh wow! Awesome. I already know how we like this one. Look, yeah, so I read Swedish, Finnish, and English, and some Japanese, but from my time in Japan, but it's really rusty. Anyway, let's try this one. Now, the thing that I really wanted to talk today was this positive mental movement. This kind of can-do thinking. It was really when I was traveled out from Finland and I came here to Australia. I got exposed to the thinking that you can actually become more. You can become what you actually once thought would be impossible. But what was very clear very soon was, when I started to read books and I was exposed to seminars and different concept reading videos, podcasts, that just thinking alone will be good. But let me sum it up. There's this very good quote from Confucius, a ancient Chinese philosopher, and he said like this: if you wait for roast duck to fly in from the door, you have a very long wait. So guys, the books are good, but you also have to put it into action. You have to do something. And the first one I would like to show you is the Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. He's early pioneers of the self-help movement. What was so funny when I was opening it, I was finding this ticket. It's Herbalife, Saturday, July 4th, 1998, Supervisor Workshop. 10:30 a.m. registration, 11 o'clock, Herbalife Opportunity Meeting, followed by all distributor training and supervisor workshop, $20 per person. See, I was also involved in multi-level marketing, and I've just been with one company named Herbalife, and the training they had was just fantastic. So it was not just reading, studying. You went to workshop where there was just drilling you in concepts. So let me just open a page from here. Expect the best and get it. Really, it was quite simple, he replied. I merely learned the magic of believing. I discovered that if you expect the worst, you will get the worst, and if you expect the best, you will get the best. It all happened through actually practicing a verse from the Bible. And what's that verse? If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Mark 9:23. Well, pretty powerful stuff, don't you think? Often I have noticed that we can get so busy in our day-to-day life, and then if our problems are so big, it's almost like you get buried under them, and I am not really a scholar of a Bible, but I know a few things from the Bible, and Jim Rohn used to say that the Bible is a good textbook, so it's good to read it. And one of the phrases there is, to those that much is given, much is also asked. Next we have Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world, part 2, end of story. Very easy book, very easy to buy, doesn't cost much, and Mandino also is one of those pioneers of self-help. So I just open it and I just randomly read something for you. I do not believe that was a chance meeting, said Hafid. To me it was just another example of God playing chess with me and me as he has done so often in my life. I am convinced that occasionally he inserts us in all our life and causes things to happen. Then he waits to see how we deal with his move. Some react in a manner that will enhance their future. Others may fight back with anger and despair. And then there are those who act not at all. They are the living dead, and we have many of those among us, spending their days whining and complaining and never making any attempt to change their life for the better. powerful stuff. Actually, incredible. Maybe you have the experience that you have a friend or somebody you know that after you have been spending a little bit time with them, you feel really drained. You feel, you feel depressed, and you feel like their negative energy is rubbing from them to you, and even though that they may be your really good friend, it is hard for you to spend time with them because if you are positive here, you go down. But then also maybe you have a friend that you spend some time with them and you feel the energy, their positivity, the way they look, that they if the stock market crash like it had crashed now. I actually saw the news that today it was the biggest stock market crash in Japan ever. Well, time to buy more stocks. The Greatest Secrets in the World by Mandino. The amazing book that unlocks a world of personal happiness and extraordinary achievement, featuring your own success record diary with the 10 great scroll for success. Once upon a time, this cost $6.95, but I probably got this from a second-hand store for $2. Okay, I do the same. I just those with little faith and less courage would shrivel up in a corner if they knew this was really the last day on earth. But since you have persisted to this point with your success recorder, I have little doubt of your abundance of faith or courage. Okay, so this is kind of like a 10 scrolls they have. I will live this day as if it is my last. Okay, well, it's the these books go into stories, and I think stories are good because many people can relate to them. I have more books. Now we come to Napoleon Hill, and Napoleon Hill is also like a one of the iconic people that was ushering in the self-help movement. And this is The Master Key to Riches by the author of Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. The world-famous philosophy of personal achievements based on Andrew Carnegie formula for money making. Anybody interested to make money? I am. Okay, I just randomly take up a page. Some men who are smart and others who are wise have discovered the way to riches by the deliberate application of the principle of going the extra mile for pecuniary gain. I found that to be profound, really like and this is a thing that Jim Rohn and Jim I knew Jim Rohn personally through Herbalife, and that's another story. But one of the profound things that this statement in this book said that we should do more than we get paid for as an investment in our future, and that's a direct quote from Jim Rohn. So, example, it's just a part of me now. Like example, now I go to a coffee shop with my client, and we have a couple of coffee and maybe biscuit or something, and there's a few plates on the table and a few tissues. So what I do is I kind of pile it up a little bit, like it's simple having everything scattered over the table. I don't know. I just make it easy for the waiter or waitress, the coffee shop staff to take the plate and take it away. Do I have to do it? Of course not. No. And but is this thing that if there are something that there's something with my clients, I am feeling that this need to be discussed, I send an extra email to my supervisor or text message, and hey, we need to check this thing out. And an example, in a food hall, you come to the table, you sit, and some people, they leave the rubbish on the table, and then they leave the chair out, not tucked under the table. What I do is I tuck the chair under the table, take my rubbish away, bin it, and but you know what that makes? It makes it a little bit easier for the other person that is cleaning it up, and but then also you actually feel good. You feel good. It's the same like what's one of the first things you do in the morning when you wake up? You do your bed. I'll make my bed like really well, and well, we was drilled in that one in the army really well, but hey, let's say you had a bad day and you come home. At least you come to a ready-made bed. The other thing is that little positive hacks here is that you know, your kitchen every night put all the dishes in the dishwasher machine or from the sink and make it clean, neat. So in the morning when you come in, you come to a clean kitchen. Instead of you having like mountains of dishes and things greeting you, like, you know, if that happens to me, you know, guess what? I get a bad attitude really quickly. Think and grow rich. This is, I can't describe how profound this book is. It's like this, like, see, I've been taking notes here. From 1991, June the 14th. Your achievement can be no greater than your plan is sound. No man is whipped until he quits in his own mind. Oh, this is from the Bible. The greatest among you shall be the servant of all. Wow. And if you look, I don't know if you can see here, but here is like I've been underlining. So I just read you something from here. These steps call for no hard labor. They call for no sacrifice. They do not require one to become ridiculously or credulous. To apply them calls for no great amount of education, but the successful application of these 6 steps does call for sufficient imagination to enable one to see and to understand that accumulation of money cannot be left to chance, good fortune and luck. One must realize that all who have accumulated great fortune first did a certain amount of dreaming, hoping, wishing, desiring and planning before they acquired money. You may as well know right here that you can never have riches in great quantities unless you can work yourself into a white heat of desire for money and actually believe you will possess it. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I sort of put this kind of extra protection on this one because I had it in my bag and wherever I went, I just read it. Another one of Napoleon by Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich with Clement Stone. Success through a positive mental attitude. This is the same, I just have full on notes in the book here. Chapter 9. How to motivate yourself. What is motivation? Motivation is what induces action or determines choice. It is that which provides a motive. A motive is the inner urge only within the individual which insists him into action such as instinct, passion, emotion, habit, mood, impulse, and desire or idea. I mean, it's a hard-hitting book, straight talk. Have you heard about Dennis Waitley? Dennis Waitley is really good because he was training some of the athletes for one of the Olympics. The US athletes in the Olympics, like practicing in your mind, doing your sport and becoming successful, and Dennis Waitley is one of the pioneers of this one. And yeah, look, I don't know, I just took up a random page. You can buy a bachelor's, master's or doctor's degree. You cannot, however, buy respect and reputation. They are not for sale. They are forged with honesty. They do not melt under the heat of inquiry or the test of time. They are without backs. More than any other quality, honesty is what I most want in my 6 children. I mean, that little statement from the book. I mean, it's I found it profound, and that was also what my dad was drumming into us kids. Always tell the truth. Always tell the truth. And it's a little bit like the joke. What are the 3 stages of a man? The number 1 stage is my daddy can whip your daddy. The number 2 stage is, oh, that you don't know anything. And the 3rd stage is, my father always used to say, and I must admit that I've been in all those 3 stages in my life, and oh yeah, okay. Fantastic book, really good book. Highly recommend. There's more of Dennis Waitley. The new dynamics of winning. Gain the mindset of a champion. This was the one where I was talking about Dennis, training the athletes, and I hadn't opened this for a while, and I had a note here, and I actually had a note. The Olympian within, the less you try to impress, the more impressive you are. You'd better learn how to like yourself, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with you. Pretty good, that one. You can be your worst enemy, or you can be your best friend. Listen to your own internal dialogues and uncover anything that might prevent you from succeeding. You must find the courage to enter your own arena and embrace the risk that every champion takes. You must accept the rewards and consequences of your own behavior. Success in developing any skill requires a basic trust in your ability that should never be allowed to waver. True confidence doesn't precede distrust, but is built upon it. Good book. Good book. I think it's time for how about this mint cream biscuit? And of course, gluten-free. Now, do I have some tea left here? Okay. Next one. You Can Do It by Hanna. And Hanna is actually an Australian author. This guy is from Australia, and what is nice is that he sort of makes the book really easy to read. Like chapter 5, I've had it, enough's enough. The lowest ebb is the turn of the tide. Anonymous. Quanta sticker. Give fear to speak to people is my biggest fear. Yeah, I used to stutter. Sometimes in my videos when I'm getting tired, I start to repeat the words and a slur. But Mandino is kind of remnants of the past. So a little reading here. They realized that the problems in their relationships have been filtering down to the kids, and that if they can get their act together, then maybe kids will start to turn around. Jason is 7, but I think the same concept works for people of all ages. We are all really just big kids in grown-up clothes, striving to be told that we are going well, that we are achieving, that what we are achieving in life is worthwhile, and that we are important. Experts from Treasury of Quotes by Jim Rohn, America's foremost business philosopher. See, I was quite fortunate that when I got started in Herbalife as the multi-level company was expanding a lot, and Jim Rohn was the person that was taking up on himself self to work with Herbalife and make it worldwide. And I don't know in how many seminars I've been with Jim face to face, over 20, but in the end you became like quite familiar with Jim, and here I have like tapes, timeless wisdom of Jim Rohn, like basic philosophy, leadership philosophy. This is the basic philosophy, like this. These are discs. This is the leadership and a lot of discs here. I just pick a random quote. Activity labor. Life responds to deserve and not to need. It doesn't say if you need you will reap. It says if you plant you will reap. The guy says I really need to reap. Then you really need to plan. The few who do are the envy of the many who only watch. Make rest a necessity, not an objective. Only rest long enough to gather strength. The soil says, bring me your seed. No, sorry. The soil says, don't bring me your need, bring me your seed. You must learn to translate wisdom and strong feelings into labor. And this is really good. You must get good at two things: planting in the spring or begging in the fall. It's so well said that, here on YouTube there's actually quite a lot of videos from Jim Rohn, and many of them are actually from the Herbalife training sessions, and many of those I was there with Jim. Another good thing that Jim said is, direction determines destination. And that is a thing that I often think of. In what direction am I going? Am I going in the direction where I want to be 5, 10 years from today? Or do I go in a direction that I don't want to be 5, 10 years from today? I could talk here for a long time about Jim, and maybe I do a video about Jim and add photos of Jim and me and so on. But yeah, Jim Rohn is the mentor of Tony Robbins, and when you listen to Tony Robbins, you can hear Jim Rohn there, and but then Tony Robbins got to sort of his own style, and he developed it. Guys, almost there. Few more. This is a little bit interesting. I went to one of those Salvation Army stores, and I bought these 3 books, $6. Motivational quotes for life. Let's just take one. The winners are the ones who really listen to the truth of their hearts. Sylvester Stallone. Follow your passions, follow your heart, and the things you need will come. Elizabeth Taylor. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Henry Ford. I mean, it's good. I just got this a few days ago. I might just take a. If you know you are going to fail, then fail gloriously. Kate Blanchett. You know, she's an actress that has done really well. Now, you probably know the secret. Now, this cost me $4. $4. And it's just, you know, I use secret, and I tell you how I use it. I use it when I'm driving into traffic, and when I'm merging into the traffic, and sometimes the traffic here in Perth in the morning can be quite busy. So I visualize that I drive to the intersection. There will be a gap in the traffic and I can smoothly come in. And you know, that I can easily, you know, merge into a roundabout. Easily do driving wherever I want, and it works on the burn. So you have the books, you have the videos, and so the secret, yeah. I just read something from you. The secret to money. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can't achieve. It cannot achieve. W. Clement Stone. Jack Canfield. The secret was a real transformation for me because I grew up with a very negative father who thought that rich people were people that had ripped off everyone and thought that anyone who had money must have deceived somebody. So I grew up with a lot of beliefs about money. What if you had it? It made you bad. That if you had it, it made you bad. Only evil people had money, and money doesn't grow on tree. Do you think I'm Rockefeller? That was one of his favorite phrases. So I grew up truly believing that life was difficult. It was only when I met W. Clement Stone that I began to shift my life. $2 for this book. I mean, this is but do you think it's worth more than $2? Okay. Now, the next one here. I must take my glasses off. The Secret Daily Teachings. Take the next step. The Secret Daily Teaching are timeless, beginning at any time of the year. So it's so you kind of like have it like this, and then you just flip it over. So you have it like this on your desk, and I think is that you just flip it over to one page. Okay, let's example. Come here. Daily teaching days 40. Friday. A vision board is a tool to help you create the image in your mind what you want. As you look at the vision board, you are imprinting the picture into your desire. Picture. As you look at the vision board, you are imprinting the picture of your desire in your mind. As you focus on your vision board, it stimulates your sense and evokes a positive feeling within you. Then you have the two elements of creation, your mind and your feelings, working full force. Daily teaching, day 40. So it got so many, is it? Yeah, I think, yeah, it's gonna like this one too, $2. Boy, and I like it. I like it. So guys, had a lot of good books here. Then we had some of the Jim Rohn CD discs, and what we had here. We had the gluten-free chocolate chip biscuits. We had the mint cream biscuits. And also we had the double chocolate biscuits. All of these biscuits are good, but the one the chocolate chip biscuit, this was a little bit dry for me. This was the double chocolate biscuit, was really hearty chocolate. But I think this is my favorite, the mint one. Guys, this was a little bit about what I'm reading, and of course I read a lot of other things like politics and relationship and so, but we can talk about that another time. And thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. Hey, if you have a comment, what do you like? Do you read positive books? Books are like bread for the head. It keeps you going, and yes, I like my book. I like to surround me with these books and good thought combined with action. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. There's plenty space left here. Okay guys, thank you, be well, take care, and see you on the next video. Bye.